Hello everyone and welcome to the Maven Dojo. Fahkumram is coming out in less than 2 weeks, and if you're new to Tekken 8 or just don't know why so many people hate him, let's talk about how the character was received when he first showed up in Tekken 7. When Fahkumram dropped in T7, he immediately stood out. Not only for how tall he looked, especially in the trailer, but also how imposing his gameplay was. His gameplay design pushed the boundaries of what a Tekken character could be. As far as I know, he was the character that introduced the idea of holding an attack to cause a guard break, which is now part of the gameplay of characters like Paul and Brian. On top of having many plus frame mids and a lot of string mix-ups, especially from his jabs and standing 3. Everything would have been fine for the most part if that was it. But the biggest issue was his hitboxes. Fahkumram had the most atrocious, inconsistent and buggy hitboxes I've ever seen in any game. He would just go too low sometimes. Combos that would hit on other characters would just whiff on him for some reason. It got so bad that Pakistan even banned him from competitive play at some point. The only reason we didn't have a Leroy situation with him was because of COVID and the tournament scene was basically shut down. Now, when it comes to Tekken 8, we already have issues with hitbox and tracking. All we can do is hope that Bandai Namco has tested him a lot so they don't make the same mistake twice. But based on what happened with Anna in the Season 2 patch, I'm not too hopeful, to be honest. I hope you like jab strings. Much like the Williams sisters, Fahkumram has a lot of jab strings and multiple hitting strings, with a lot of different follow-ups. What makes this even worse is that for a lot of them, he can hold the attack to make it a launcher on hit, or plus frames on block, or even a guard break on the wall. There's no easy way to say this, but pairing what I just said about him with how aggressive Tekken 8 is, think about heat, chip damage, and so many stage interactions, it's a recipe for disaster. And he also appears to have some kind of install. Of course he does. Now, I don't want to be 100% on the gloom and doom here, because most of his strings, as long as he doesn't charge them, leave him at -5 to -9, and as a big body, he's gonna have a hard time trying to sidestep. So if you block, you usually can take your turn safely, which is very similar to how Marduk was balanced in Tekken 7. So the question is, did Bandai Namco learn anything? Because on paper, Fahkumram in Tekken 8 looks like a disaster waiting to happen. We're already seeing heat, pressure, and chip damage dominate the meta with Anna especially, and stage interactions turning the tide of a match with one touch. Now add him to the mix, a character that was already known for massive frame advantage, long range pressure, jabs that lead into mix-ups, and of course the guard breaks. We already saw in the trailer that he still has his hell sweep, his kick parry, and yes, he apparently has some kind of stall that makes some of his moves, including his hell sweep, a lot stronger. And if the balance team is not super careful about making his moves negative on block, we might be in for another repeat of Tekken 7 all over again. The thing is, this can be a redemption arc for him. Namco has the chance to bring him back reworked, fair, but still scary. But as of right now, based on the early footage and their recent track record, it's hard to stay optimistic.